Hi YouTube. In the past, you might have seen me do some hair videos. You should probably not, but either way, it doesn't matter. This video is different. I've been thinking about this for a while to do this. Gosh, oh my gosh, I'm tearing up already. Stop. Okay, I've been thinking about doing this for a while, and basically, this is a video about me and cancer. I'm a cancer survivor. Um, I was diagnosed in 2007 October, and I was 14 when I was diagnosed. Yeah, I was 14 when I was diagnosed. Um, Basically, I made this video. Really, the course. Sorry, my camera froze for a second. Basically, I'm making this video just to say that no matter what, you can always with a positive mindset, you can overcome anything. I mean, when you have cancer, it's for me. My initial reaction was, we can, my initial reaction, I didn't cry like I am about to now. I'm trying to keep it together. Anyway. Okay. Alright, I didn't cry like I am now. My mentality when I first got diagnosed was, we, let's fix it. That was what I was thinking actually. That was the thought that was running through my head. Let's fix it. Mind you, when I was 14, my mentality, like, this was not, I mean, the thought did not run through my head. This thought didn't actually run through my head, but this is my mentality. What is this thing you call cancer? What is that? What are you talking about? So when he said, when they were like, you have cancer, you have a tumor inside you the size of a basketball and other 50 million other tumors inside you everywhere in your body, my thought process was, well, yeah, let's fix it. Okay, let's fix it. So, and the type of cancer, I mean, I'm going to go through the story because it makes more sense when I go through the story. So basically, they didn't know what kind of cancer I had. It was just a huge tumor. They were trying to figure out, why didn't you have any pain with it? Because I didn't have pain. I had no pain. They were like, you should be in utter pain. They should have been able to feel the tumor. They couldn't feel the tumor. So, I went that day for a basic checkup. Not a basic checkup, let's not say that. It was a checkup just to do an ultrasound because I had gone to a clinic for a basic checkup because I had been having headaches. My blood pressure was skyrocket high. And she was like, you need to go to get a CT scan. I went to the hospital. They said, you don't need a CT scan. You need to get an ultrasound. We're going to figure this out. Got an ultrasound, and that was when they said, you got a tumor in your size of basketball. You need a CT scan. Who knew? Although this doctor had already said that, but they were just like, whatever. So anyway, that day that I went, I didn't know. I went there and I never left. I went there thinking, matter of fact, I borrowed my aunt's CD case that day, and I was like, I left her a note because she wasn't there, and I said, I said, oh God, I don't know, I'm crying. It's just, okay, okay. I left a note and I said that, when I get back, I'm gonna get. Okay. I don't even know I'm crying. I'm trying to. This is stuff I haven't talked about in a long time. Cause you survive something like cancer, and sometimes you don't get a lot of opportunities to talk about it or tell the whole story. And then when you do tell the story, you brush it off like, okay. I'm trying to get myself together. I'm sorry. Okay. So I told my aunt, I left her a note, and I said, I'll give it back to you when I get back. And I said, thank you. And I put a smiley face. And, thinking I'm gonna come back home. And I never came back that day. I just stayed at the hospital. I stayed at the hospital for weeks and weeks and weeks. After that, okay. So then I got diagnosed. The three doctors. It was Dr. Wessler, Dr. Hartman. Sorry, I'm not supposed to be giving names in my. I'm not gonna. That's not their last names or first names or anything. I think. Whatever. I'm not supposed to be giving names, but there was three doctors, and sorry, my brother's calling me. And they took me up to this other room because they had done the CT scan. They were showing me these pictures on the screen, and I'm sitting there like, am I supposed to know what that means? Like, I didn't.
I can't answer you right now.
Sorry. My family is calling me.
Can you hold on?
Oh, yeah. I know you were here. Sorry.
So anyway, sorry. So they took me up to this room. They're showing me these pictures. And it was like the images of inside of me, and I was like completely clueless. And they're sitting there looking at it like, this is blah blah blah. And I was just like, I have no clue what you're talking about because I'm 14. I've never seen images inside the body or anything like that. And then they're like, that's when they told me you have cancer and everything. Before they said, you have a tumor, and they were like, and then when they saw the whole body and they saw where everything was, they're like, you have cancer. And I was just like, sitting there like, like I said in the beginning, I said, thinking, okay, well, let's fix it. My parents are crying. Well, my mom was crying. My dad is just frozen in shock. And I'm just like sitting there like, not like this, obviously, because I'm sitting there. I was sitting there like, okay, let's get it done. And then, one of the doctors is like, he's all like, he like grabs my hand like he's about to say something sentimental. And he's like, you could die from this. And I'm just sitting there like, wow. Like, and I did tear up at that point, but it wasn't really because I was scared of dying. It was just like, it was like a wow moment. Like, wow. You say that to somebody who just got diagnosed, to a 14-year-old. And like I think I said at the beginning, the point of the video wasn't to cry. Yeah. It's just to say that you can, no matter what doctors say a lot of things. And doctors just state facts. Yeah, sorry. Doctors, all they do what their papers do. They state facts. And, a lot of my doctors, they thought I was going to die because I'm trying to get together. I guess I gotta run through the story. Okay. So from that day, like I said, I never left the hospital. I went to the pediatric ward. I had to get like an emergency a biopsy. So right then and there, basically, I was getting prepped to have this biopsy. I think it was within the next 2 days or so, or something like that. I think it was October 3rd. I was diagnosed, and by like the 7th or something, even might be before that, I had my no, I think it was the 4th. Matter of fact, I think it was October 4th. I had my surgery. And by the 4th, it was either 4th or like the 5th, I was doing chemo already. So by the 4th, I had the biopsy. And this is the first surgery I had ever had, so it was really weird. But I'll talk about the whole surgery experience later. But the biopsy itself was like, they were, they thought I had renal cancer. They thought it was one of the two because it was on my kidney. The biggest one, the basketball one, was on my kidney. So they're like, it's either renal cancer, which is not curable with chemotherapy, or it's Wilms tumor. And I was like, I don't have the one that's not curable. I have the one that's curable. And right off the bat, that shows positive thinking can get you through anything. It really can. And I was just from the front, I was really positive. And being positive about stuff really can help your outlook on things. It can help you live longer. It just can help you survive, especially when you're sick. Because I know a lot of people when I was, I know I'm digressing, but anyway, a lot of people during the year that I was getting diagnosed, you know, they died. A lot of different kids. God. Okay. Oh gosh. I'm trying to. Oh, my phone. Anyway. Sorry. They died while when I was getting died, you know, when we were all getting treated at the same time, they died. And some of them, they just had this negative outlook on life, and that was, you know, because some of them, they had cancer more than once and came back, and then some of them, their parents were just, you know, they were splitting up over stuff, and it just was difficult for them. But you should always be positive through everything, because positivity can help you. It makes you feel better inside, you know. And I think they said laughter, scientifically proven laughter releases something in your body, and it just actually gets rid of toxins or something like that. Something. But anyway, getting back to the story, I said I have the one that's curable. And I actually said that out loud. That wasn't something I was thinking. I was like, you know, I don't have the one that's not curable. So then they did the biopsy, and then they come back and they found out it was Wilms tumor. Wilms tumor is a childhood kidney cancer. Well, you know, it starts in the kidney. It just originates in the kidney. But eventually, you know, it spreads. Like with me, it spread everywhere because it was stage 4. But it's a childhood, not childhood like 14, like how I was. Childhood like 2, 1, like very young. Like it's detected in young. Almost like some people, they detect it at birth. Like it's a childhood cancer. So they were just shocked to find out I had this, and they had never seen this in a 14-year-old. It's so rare in older people. So rare. And I was just like, this is like a miracle, because to me it was like a miracle from God. It was so rare. It's so rare. And they were just like, they didn't know what to do. It was like they were talking to different doctors, some doctors from Germany. They were talking to doctors from Children's, because they didn't know what to do. They didn't know what to give me, what kind of chemo to give me, because it was just surprising. And they, you know, basically off the bat, they thought I was going to die, because it was so far along already. They didn't know how to treat it in a 14-year-old, and so I tried to make sure I was positive. Now, there were times when I got down, but like I said, the reason I'm making this video is just to say that there's hope, that you should always hope, that it doesn't have to end the way the doctors say they're going to end. The doctors say facts. They tell you what they think. They tell you what they know based off their book knowledge. But God has the final say automatically. I mean, there's another word for that, but, you know, God has the final say, and, you know, even if you don't believe in God, God always still has the final say either way. You don't have to die. When the doctors say you're going to die, there's some people who doctors have predicted they're going to die in 4 months, and they live for a year. They live for like 6 years. So they say facts. It just tells you how to pray, really. That's what my mom always says. Doctors tell you how to pray for stuff. And that's the attitude we went into this having. There's something I was going to say before, but I forgot. I'm going to do more videos on this. Preferably, I won't cry like I am. Like this. But just keep the hope up. Keep the faith, you know. Things don't always have to turn out bad. Things, you know, things turn out great, you know. It reminds me of that song, God, you know, God makes beautiful things out of dust, out of horrible situations. Good things can always come. And I was reading this girl's post. Her name's Talia. She's 12. And I'm trying to get together. She's 12. She has cancer. She has a lot of videos on YouTube now. But she was talking about on her Facebook post, she said, "Okay, the journey of cancer was fun, but every journey has an end." And everybody, people read that and they take it to be okay. They take it to be sad, and they take it to be something, an end. Like, oh, this is gonna be the end. Like, the end is a bad thing. My journey of cancer had an end, and it was good. So, I'm sorry. Okay. So yeah, every journey does have an end, but some journeys can end good. And I got this revelation. I think must have been. I went to hear. This was my old church. Pastor was preaching, and some people, church people, they have weird perceptions of things. This pastor was preaching this message, and she was like, why people out here sick and stuff, because they haven't declared that they're not sick, and they haven't declared that they're gonna be better. And she was talking about how you have the power to stop your sickness and to end it, and your sickness doesn't have to end in death if you believe and you declare. And I was just listening to her, and I was like, people in general, Christians especially, they look at sickness, they look at death like it's this horrible thing. Yes, sickness, the journey of sickness is difficult. It's not something you say. You don't jump in and say, "Hey, I want to have cancer, pick me." It doesn't happen. You don't say, "I want to be sick." But such great things, like I said with that song, such beautiful things come out of horrible situations, and it's not all bad. And I was thinking about that thing about death that she said, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say because this video is long. Is that people look at death as a bad thing, but in death, at least from where I come from, in my perspective, in death is a healing. People pray to be healed. And you can be healed in life and you walk around and live life, but death is a healing too. When you die, there's no pain. There's no problems. You don't have to figure out what you're going to do, what your next treatment is. So, again, with me and my positive outlook on life and things, death is also a healing. So it doesn't have to be bad. Even if you're facing the prospect of death and cancer, it's also a healing. I'm not saying you should sit there and be like, I want to die now. Because always, you always root for life. Because life is given to you. You can have life. But, like, if you're on your deathbed now, death is also a healing. It's not a negative thing. Everything is not a negative thing. So, I will do more videos. I'm sorry for crying like the whole video. But, thanks for watching. I hope you understood the message through my crying. And, yeah. Alright. Bye.